I had a business idea. I was in my kitchen about 7 years ago. I had a brilliant idea for a website.
So where'd that come from?
It just came out of... I teach violin.
But where'd it come from? Were you in the receptive mode, do you think?
I definitely must have been.
Had it been in that vortex, and then you received it? It was a brilliant idea 7 years ago? Yeah? And then what?
I started trying to develop it, and I kept running into roadblocks on the details. I think I'm in a better place now with running the business, but I was wondering whether you could help me get some clarity on
it. But here's something that we really want you to hear in a powerful way. All of you. If you had a brilliant idea 7 years ago, and you still remember the impact of that receiving moment, and then roadblocks happened, and so it didn't really develop yet, wait for the next idea. Wait for the next idea.
That was part of my question, because since then I've had other ideas.
Well, you see, it's time to get an idea once the receptive mode is stable within you. Because think about what's been happening. And we're talking about most people. Usually not in the receptive mode, 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 stumbled into the receptive mode, got an idea, bam! But couldn't bring it to fruition because didn't understand that it was now a thought that would turn to a thing. You didn't know then what you know now, is what we're saying. And so those ideas that came that you didn't understand and your receptive mode wasn't a practiced place for you, it's all right. Just let them be wherever they be, because you're the culmination of all of that. And when the next idea comes from your now more stable place, you will know what to do better about it. Don't you all feel more capable now than you did a few days ago of following through with an idea that is born within you? Don't you understand it more? Do you believe more today than you did before that it is something that you've received and that it matters and that it's a good thing that you received it, that really counts for a lot? Doesn't the desire that you realize count for a whole lot more than it did just a few days ago, now that you've got it into the perspective of thoughts turning to things? Wouldn't you say that about yourselves? We would. We can feel that clearly within you. And so that's why we say the next idea that comes, it's not likely that you will crush it with doubting beliefs. The next idea that comes, it's more likely that you will allow it to just unfold, and that the inspiration that you feel will lead it to something that feels good. You're in an entirely different place. You no longer feel that you're proving yourself with your desires. You now are understanding that you've come as a creator and that creative juices are flowing, and that your inner being is the juiciest of all the creative juicy flowers. That there is juice flowing from your inner being, that your inner being knows where you are. Your inner being knows where you are in relationship to everything that you want. Your inner being knows what the path of least resistance is. The path of least resistance, in other words, your inner being knows what beliefs are in your way and how to guide you around them. Have you ever thought of path of least resistance like that before? Your inner being knows what beliefs you hold that are dream crushers. Your inner being knows what beliefs that you hold that are in the way, and knows how to guide you around those if you will just let being in the receptive mode be what matters most. Doesn't that feel good to you? Don't you want to respond to inspiration? Wouldn't you all like to, in a way, go back and relive with your parents? Why aren't you doing that? Because I don't want to. I'm not feeling the inspiration about it, so I'm not going to do it. Our cluttered friend, we don't want her to clean up her mess until she feels inspired to do it. So we want to say, don't do it for us, don't do it for anyone else, do it out of the inspiration that comes. So really, all of you who have a desire, without exception, every desire that you have is going to have to evolve through a sort of chaotic mess that you've left along your physical trail. And your inner being knows where the messiest places are. Your inner being knows how to help you navigate through it. Your inner being knows what thoughts will take you through it clearly. Your inner being knows what rendezvous with others are the path of least resistance. Your inner being understands all of that, you see. Don't you feel more optimistic? Do you feel more optimistic? If you feel more optimistic, then you are in a more likely place of being in the receptive mode. So the ideas that come now, the fresh ideas that are coming now, those are the ones that you're going to feel the inspiration to act on. And a lot of the ideas that are coming now will be dovetailed with ideas that you've had before. Your desires never go away, but a fresher path is unfolding. That's really what we mean to say. The new idea will bring with it a fresher path for you to accomplish everything you've been meaning to accomplish all the days along your physical trail. How about that? This fresh new idea is the newest path of least resistance to get you to where you've always wanted to be. We want to say it in about 20 different ways to you so that you will really feel it from us.